In this episode, we're going to look at some of the least expensive ways you can improve your video using very simple gear that costs very little to almost nothing. Check this out. Now, sometimes on the channel we get a little carried away here and start talking about more expensive gear, and there's a time and a place for that. I just want to make sure that we all kind of keep focus on what's important, and that is producing video and film. So not all of us can afford that expensive gear. I realize that. I've been doing this for a few years now, and so I've accumulated some gear that I'm, some of it that I haven't liked so much, some that I've really come to appreciate and enjoy using. But let's take a step back and talk about some less expensive things you can do to really improve your video quality. And I've talked about each of these before, but I just wanted to combine them all into one episode here really quickly and talk about each one in turn just briefly. First one is a gray card. And this gray card in particular, I would recommend the Lastolite Ezybalance, which I have links for down below. What this helps you do is three main things. Number one, it helps you get your focus spot on, so you get nice tack sharp focus. Number two, it helps you set your white balance so that the colors all look right. And number three, it helps you get your exposure set. And it is a $35 piece of gear. That may sound steep to some of you, but let me assure you that this is a piece of gear that I've had for probably 4 or 5 years, and I still use it all the time with every video that I shoot. It is super helpful for all three of those, especially if you're doing, for any case, but if you're doing sort of a selfie type video for YouTube or anything like that, like I'm doing here, it's super helpful for helping you get your focus right on, because you can put it where you're going to be sitting, focus on that, and you're set to go. Once you can come sit down, take it out of the way, and you're ready to shoot. It's great for white balance. It does a better job at helping your camera get a custom white balance than any other card I've used before. Other gray cards will do just as good a job if they are truly gray cards. And there are other less expensive ones available on Amazon, so if you prefer a less expensive one, absolutely go for it. I highly recommend them. The reason I chose the Ezybalance was because it's collapsible, and it's very well made. Lastolite makes top-notch gear. I've had it for 4 years, like I said, and it's held up very nicely. It's as good as the day I bought it, so really love it. Third thing it can help you do is get your exposure just right. Because it's a gray card, what you do is you hold it where your talent is going to be so that the light that will be on your talent is bouncing off of this gray card, and then you point your camera at the gray card, filling most of the frame with it, and that will give you the perfect exposure setting. And then you can vary it from there if you want to go higher key or lower key or whatever, brighter or darker. So it's just a great way to get your exposure set just right, usually manually, which is better than just letting your camera do it. And we'll put links to our videos down below where we show you in very great detail how to do that. Second piece of gear that I still use all the time, that I've had one for probably 8 years now, is a 5-in-1 reflector. Love these things. Now, you can get really cheap ones for $25. Not sure how well those will hold up, but if you get, if you spend somewhere in the $40 range, you're going to get one that's pretty good quality and will last you a good long time. Again, I've had one for 7 or 8 years, spent $40 on it originally. It's still in great shape today, and I'm able to still use it. What's great about a 5-in-1 reflector? Number one, you can use it to help improve the lighting on your talent, whatever kind of lighting you're doing. And in this case here, for example, I have a couple of soft boxes right here, and then I have a 5-in-1 reflector right here filling in the shadows. So you can use it in that kind of situation. You can use it outdoors. You can use it pretty much anywhere to help fill in the shadows on your talent's face and make a much more flattering appearance. Now, what is also great about these is in the middle, you have what's called a scrim, and that's like a translucent silk, and you can put that between your light source and your talent to help soften the light and also make a more flattering light that has more pleasing shadows that aren't so harsh, and that is also super helpful, and I use mine for that quite often as well. Now, if that's a little too much for your current budget, I completely understand. Another thing you can do for reflectors, which is even more affordable, is buy foam core board. And this is available pretty much at any local office supply store and superstores like Walmart usually have them, craft stores have them. And I just get a nice, maybe 2 or 3 pieces of white foam core board, and those are great for reflecting the light back up into your talent's face and filling in the shadows a little bit so you don't have those really harsh shadows. So again, that's a great, inexpensive way to really improve your lighting. And then finally, to improve your sound, the one biggest secret to getting better sound is to getting the microphone as close as possible to your talent. Now, you can't always do that with your camera. The camera sometimes needs to be back a little farther to get the right framing and getting everything looking right. But what you can do is get a microphone like the Audio-Technica ATR 3350 and a brand new version they released, which may be a better fit for you depending on how you're shooting, which is the ATR 3350 IS. And that is a version that, well, the first one I mentioned, ATR 3350, is meant to connect directly to your camera. It has a 6-meter cable, so you can attach the lavalier to your talent, and then you connect that to your camera, and you're off to the races. The new version, the IS version, can connect to your smartphone. So you just plug it into your smartphone, and you can record it that way. So whichever one works best for you, either way, it's going to improve the sound for your video so much because you have the sound capture device right on your talent, where you're getting the pure sound instead of way back at your camera, which is picking up not only your talent, but all of the sound around your talent, which is not usually as flattering. So I hope you found those helpful. Thanks for checking out the show. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do that, and we'll be sure to get you more great videos on how to improve your lighting and sound for video. Talk with you soon.